Wander is over, very special, and all the guys underneath me work in that kind of corrupt world, and one of them, Tom Ludlow, who's sort of my personal sort of enforcer in a way. I send out to do all of the kind of really intense jobs, and he works as a loner. And I think that my men are family. They're a group that cares about each other and works for each other, and in the end, we try to take care of each other. And I think the ultimate goal of Wander is to take care of everyone, and if power means that, as he talks about, then that's what he wants too. Wander is put at a road, a fork in the road, where he has to make a decision that affects all of us. I think that I see that there are guys who are informing or going to inform on my team, but I can handle that. That's something that Wander can handle. The thing I can't handle is any distrust or any lies or definitely deception in my team, and definitely from Tom, who I like. Keanu's character is one that I'm the closest with in my team, and if he falls, then it starts to create this sort of falling of the house of cards that we have. We've talked about the Rampart Division and stuff, and the corruption and different things like that. I think David did a lot of research on a lot of the things that were real, that would be real in the movie, and there's a lot of advisors on the film. Actually, obviously, Gates was actually in the film. So there seems to be an embracing of the authenticity of what's inside of it. Not to say that all police officers are corrupt, but the movie itself doesn't say that. I think Biggs is an example of a police officer who's trying to stop corruption and trying to stop abuse of power. And I think the movie itself deals with Keanu's awakening, or Ludlow's awakening, but also power, its abuse, and its proper use. And I think that's what the movie really deals with. David is dealing in the shadows, in the darker areas of Los Angeles, in the darker parts of spirit and soul of the characters, that it lends itself to his, both the writing blends together. Because that's what, in a heightened, more stylized way in the past, that's what that writing tended to do. And now, I think this writing is a little more raw, in respect to just some of the dialogue and the actions that are done in the end, and so I think it's a great blending. It's sort of a I don't know, I wouldn't say L.A. noir, I'd say East Side noir. But he's played a lot of characters that have gone through like a certain metamorphosis in the film. I think from, obviously, The Matrix is very different, but that character went through a major metamorphosis. But we're talking about like The Devil's Advocate and movies like that, where we're watching a character who we think is inherently good, becoming more flawed. And in this case, it's an opening and awakening to enlightenment too, because he's a character who's blinded. He has the veil over his face. He doesn't know. He's not seeing what he's even doing, because he's so blinded by his own pain, by his own emotions, by his trust that someone will make sure he's standing okay. And slowly that veil is open to him. And I think that he's a character that people relate to, Keanu. I think he's an actor that people want to walk with. And if they walk with him, they can journey through some really dark places and still feel like they can trust this person, this character.